In a galaxy far, far away, there was a sudden flash of light, and boom! Out popped a being fresh from creation. "Where am I?" it said, clearly confused. "Oh wow, how pretty!" it said, noticing the stars around them. "Do you like them, little one?" a voice said. Now, where did that come from? She thought. Was it behind this? Or perhaps over there? Or maybe everywhere, she thought. "Yes, and behind you," the voice replied. Now, come little one, I know you have quite a lot of questions. I'll attend to them. Now then, let's create. It'll be fun, it promised. And so off to create they went, making stars, a wonder-filled planet filled with whimsical creatures and other odd things, as a newborn god would. Now, creating was much fun, but then it was done, and his hands found nothing to do. So his eyes got busy, roving, peering, wondering, seeking to see what's beyond. "Oh, restless one, it's time," thought I am. Then suddenly, they awoke in an enclosed, tight, dark, cramped space. "Where am I?" they thought, as they drifted into a deep slumber. And then, now the child, called Adauwku, and though she had forgotten her origins, she was often found drawing and writing. It brought her such joy. "Oh, they look quite lovely, dear," especially when praised. But something quite strange began to happen in her teens. To others, she suddenly started to appear too big, too weird, too inquisitive, too odd, too intense, too childish, too much. Adults are very serious, you see, and have no time for such childish things like acts of creativity, they said. And so, having trouble fitting in and no longer receiving the praise she once did, she shrank, deciding to leave her interest and self behind. You should pick something more safe, more stable, something respectable that actually pays the bills. Like medicine, they said. And so off to med school, our young protagonist went, immediately pouring herself into her books with such feverish intensity, perhaps to. And with the workload ever increasing, she started to skip meals, isolate, and sleep less and less. Her mind started to fragment to cope. Over time, the constant pressure, the crushing workload, the stifling of her creative urges and emotions, the skipped meals, the lack of sleep, the shrinking of self to conform, it was exhausting, mentally and physically. And it had all become too much. Her mind couldn't take the abuse anymore, finally reaching the breaking point of her mind and body. First home to recover, the silence was deafening. "I failed everyone," she thought. But the breakdown was the silence she needed. The moment the world's constant chatter stopped. It was then that the voice was finally able to reach her. "Create, draw." But she felt too tired, too hot, too broken to try again. "Right." But with nothing else to do and to lose, really, she eventually started to draw and write once more, over and over and over again, causing dear memories of her childhood to bubble up, bringing tears to her eyes. And then memories Memories from someplace else. Before I formed in your mother's womb, I knew thee. And then suddenly, it all came rushing back. With her memories back, she had to choose between being normal and accepted or being herself. In the end, she chose herself. And now she lives on Earth, traveling both worlds, bringing a little divine whimsy wherever she goes, helping humans too create their own creative realities. But the question still lingered. How could she reach them, she thought. Welcome, dear earthlings, to her channel. Intro time! Well, hello there everyone, I'm Princess Ada, and was my first time of creating and actually finishing a script or a story, and it was a whole lot. Like, drawing is hard, but writing is a whole nother ball game. Like, I gave myself 10 days to finish this project before I go back to school, because that's the break I gave myself. They did not give me a break, but I gave myself a break because they will not kill me before my time as the only daughter of my father. Anyways, so it was inspired by VTuber lore and children's books, which I both love. And like I said, I'm currently just starting my final year in med school. And also, please, if you can, I would love if you would like put your interpretations of this like short story in the comments. I love like hearing interpretations of my work or art, because sometimes I mean one thing and another person is like, oh, did you mean this? And I was like, wow. So it's very nice. So anyway, I'm very glad I've posted this video, because it has been 6 years since I like wanted to start this channel, and so that's why this is like my first video, even though it really is not. I've posted some other videos, which is like my artist way videos, like about the book The Artist Way, which I really recommend. It helps improve my relationship with like God and like art. They were just kind of there to just fill the space until I made like my actual first video. I'm Nigerian, by the way. I also live in Nigeria. I'm Christian. I'm an artist, an illustrator, and I currently just started my final year in med school. And I usually just draw people standing there, so this whole story time thing is a lot. I might have to learn perspective and composition. I've been running, but it's like they've been chasing me. Oh, they've been chasing me, but now it's me chasing them. I have to go back and learn, guy. Anyhow, this channel will be mostly feature stuff that I love, like art, obviously, but mostly my original characters, especially for my planets. Like, I've always had original characters, but they've always been in my head. I've never really drawn them because I keep waiting for the time my drawing skills will improve so much to like get there. But more that time is never really coming, and it's until you start creating what you actually want to create that your art actually starts to improve much. So I also implore you to also join me and just create, because it's just going to be fun. Like, why won't you just draw and create stuff? You only have one life to live, guy. Anyways, my OC sketchbook tours, maybe musings on the God concepts, and story times, of course, and then other stuff, but let's just keep it simple for now. And also, by the way, I will be switching between 9 personas, and I also give them names to be referred by, because I'm clearly mentally stable and decisive. So in no particular order, we have Angel Sama, Devil San, Right Brain Tan, Left Brain Sensei, Heart Chan. Heart Chan is like my ideal self, hyper femme, how I appear when I'm at my best. Then we have Shadow She, which is like shadow work, the suppressed version, obsessive, like the dark parts of yourself that you try to like hide away, but that comes out at the oddest moments. So I really discovered when I wanted to do shadow work, I will still do that. And then I have my alien god form, but space traveler, and then my base model, which is basically just going to be how I appear in human form in my storytime videos. So is it going to be confusing? Yes, but then I will figure it out, and it will probably become more simple as time goes by. I just wanted to get it done if I got it perfect, and over time I'll certainly improve. So I can't wait to see you guys come along with me for my journey, and on other socials too. Follow me on Insta. Actually, that's the only social I'm on. And also read the description as well. I'm sure I wrote something there. Well then, once again, welcome to my planet, and stay whimsy, earthlings. Bye!